code has to be executed based on certain decisions or the conditions. Whenever we'll be discussing some programs, we'll be very clear with it. Those are not clear with that. Next, lastly, we have is iteration. In iteration, we will be using like a certain set of action has to be repeated for a particular interval of time. In that circumstances, I will be going for the iteration. It may be either a for loop, while loop, or a do while loop. So these three things, at least the naming things you are fine with. We'll go with how actually the implementation works.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First, we'll start with if. Okay, it is taking too long. I will just go with a sample program itself. I will just create a class, one more class called I just click on finish. So I just want main. Your program starts executing from main. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So to start off with the if condition, let me consider I have a integer variable age is equal to 18. So how does the syntax of the if works is we'll be having the if. If is a keyword, what it is?
This keyword. Conditional statement.
So we'll be using the if condition, the keyword, followed by whatever the condition you are going to check. This is just the syntax I'm writing. You'll be having certain set of condition after which you will be checking for a set of statement. You will be providing a set of.
My batch owner is not starting the session till now. I'm waiting so long.
Which batch you belong to? And
Ma'am, generic E.
So who's the educator of the session?
Ma'am, yesterday I just attended the G session because I didn't got mail from Saurabh Kumar, my batch owner.
Okay.
So I attended.
Okay, fine. You please remind in that session only which you all belongs to. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ma'am, please continue the session. I'm sorry for the interruption.
is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So we're
ma'am.
discussing about the syntax of the if. So we'll be having the if condition, that is nothing but your if keyword followed by a certain set of condition will be that. If this condition is turned to be true, then the body of the if will be executed. So what do you mean by the body of the if is? Whatever we write within this curly braces, open curly braces and closing curly braces. So whatever we are writing within that set of statement will be executed. So this is a syntax of if. So we'll go with a demo for it. Clear with the syntax?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Not audible, ma'am.
Your voice is not audible, ma'am. Not audible, ma'am. Not audible, ma'am.
Wait for some more time, guys. You will be completing the TOC within the time. Don't worry about it. Here there is some network issues is going on. So some cabins, the networks are in issue. Okay. So don't worry. Once the network issue is solved, ma'am will be resuming the session. So till that, you can practice all the stuff which which is covered yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Fine.
Ma'am, why does that submit option is not working in Lex?
Actually, Lex is
Now
down.
it's not working for me. I tried so many times yesterday.
Yeah, I can understand
Please,
this
ma'am.
problem. Wait. I can understand the problem because Lex is down. We have planning for another application, like we changed some applications and formatting it. So it may be down for some times. What you can do is you can practice over there. In case of submitting, you can just copy paste the codes and keep it in somewhere else. And once the problem has been solved, you can copy paste and submit the codes. Okay? The ultimate thing is that you need to practice. That's it. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Fine. Thank you.
Is it audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for the confirmation. We lost the connection due to some problem. We'll just continue it. Okay, here we were discussing about the simple if condition where the syntax is like if keyword will be used. After that, we are checking for certain condition. If this turned to be true, the body of the if will be executed. Whether this should be executed or no. Whether the condition is turning to be true in line number 8.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll try
Yes.
running this. Yes, it is the valid age. Similarly, you have if or else. So if condition, we know there will be a if keyword followed by certain set of condition. If this is turned to be true, then the body of the if will be executed. Similarly, the
Again, not coming, ma'am.
Not audible, ma'am.
Voice not audible, ma'am. Hello, guys. Can anyone help me with one issue? Whether indentation is affected in Java as well?
No, I guess no. There is no requirement of it. Just required in Python.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
is it audible now, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
We were discussing about if else. So If else is like if this condition doesn't work, then what is the other condition I can do it? If the age is greater than or equal to 18, then yes, execute. Screen is not shared?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Sharing.
Not visible, ma'am.
It's shared, but content is not visible.
No?
No, ma'am. It's showing you have shared the screen, but it's not visible.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. You are not able to see anything?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, or else anyone will share the screen and so you will teach us.
The next screen visible at least?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we are done with if, right?
Yes.
We'll now go with
Else statement, ma'am.
yeah. So here they have taken simple example. It's just the parameter is more, that's it. So within main, I have declared a string customer type as regular. This program is all about like ordering a pizza or something, and what is the unit price, what is the total cost, and if it is a regular customer, they will be providing certain discount. If it's a non-regular customer or a guest customer, we will be not providing any discount. Along with that, we'll be adding some additional delivery charges. This is the basic logic in this program. Okay. So I will cross-check in my if condition. If customer type equals regular, double equals is used to cross-check whether the two parameter towards the left-hand side and right-hand side, whatever I have assigned, is equal or not. The customer type in line number 4, it is assigned to regular, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm checking
Yes, ma'am.
regular equals regular. It is true?
True, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Others, please mute yourself. It will disturb the entire session. So if it is true, the certain set of actions will be executed. Whatever the total cost will be printed, and it will print you are a regular customer. If not, if a particular person is not a regular customer, if I've given something here like guest or something, it will go to the else part. If this condition is not satisfied, just go to else part and execute the body of the else. That's it. This is how else works. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Quick revision.
Yes, ma'am.
If this condition is satisfied, execute set of instruction given within the curly braces. If that is not satisfied, go to the else part and execute a set of instructions. That's it. It is simple as that. If we are done with if, then we have completed if else. You have an if else tryout to check a given number is even or odd. What does the modulus do? We have seen in yesterday's session.
It gives us reminder.
Okay. 5 modulus 2. What will be the resultant? Whether it is equal to 0?
No, ma'am. Not equal to 0.
Equal to 0. One will be the remainder.
No, I'm asking what will be the output. If will be executed or else will be executed.
Else part.
Else will be executed.
This is a simple way how you will be checking with your if and else condition. So we have one more thing called if else if ladder. Okay. So we have seen if, secondly we have seen else if. I'll just make a note of it. First, we have completed. Then we saw if, else. Next we'll be seeing something like if, else if. So you can have any number of this condition. There is no restriction on that. We will call this as else if ladder. So if I cross check for a certain condition, if this condition is true, certain set of instructions will be executed. Let's consider in line number 1, this condition is not turned to be true. Then I will cross check for the second condition. If you want to cross check for the second condition, you have to go with the else if. Okay, if you just give else, you can't cross check for any condition. That's what we have seen in the last example, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
If a condition doesn't satisfy and I want to check for one more condition, whether this thing is going to work or not, at that time you will be using else if. Again, you will be checking for the condition, that is your condition 2. If that is true, execute it. If still the second condition has not been satisfied, I will be inserting.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Nice. Please mute yourself. If you have doubts, only at the end of the session we'll be discussing. We are already delaying. Okay. Next we have is one more condition. Condition 3, I'll cross check. If it is true, then the content of it or the body of the third condition will be executed. In the similar way, you can have any number of else-if conditions. There is no restriction in that. Lastly, if none of the condition is satisfied, means your else statement will be executed at last. Is that clear? Should I repeat?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So let's consider in the very first condition, this condition is turned to be true. At that time, the statement will be executed, right? After that, whether I will be checking for the second condition?
No,
ma'am.
it comes out of
Directly you will be moving out of this, whatever the things you are checking. Because my first condition itself is satisfied. Why do I need to check for others? One sample example they have given. You can try it out. The same example, if a customer is regular or a customer is guest, if not, invalid customer type. Okay, for example, let's consider one more real life example saying that whenever you go to the movie theater, you'll be ordering a Coke, let's say medium, regular, and large. That's the only 3 options available. You are trying to order something other than that 3. At that time, the person will tell you, please select one of the 3, sir, not the other. That is how you'll be dealing with the things, right, in real life? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
The same thing applies here. We have a regular and guest only. If the user is asking something else, I will specify it is an invalid option. Please select a valid option. Something like that, which makes sense. Just give that statement in the sub statement. So this is about your if, else, if. Then you have a tryout here. So this is a very simple example where marks will be initialized to 90. I will check in order to grade a particular set of students who have got less than, if a particular student got less than 50, I will just print a statement called it is a fail. Next, I cross check if the marks is greater than 50 and within the range 50 to 60, then I will grade them as D. If next the condition I'm checking is 60 to 70, if the range is, then the grade will be C, and so forth. The same cross checking will be done. If the mark is greater than 90 to 100, I will grade A plus. If none of this matches applying, means something like a negative value user has entered, you just have to handle that using invalid option. Just as a short statement. This is a very simple. During your free time, please do try it out. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Next, we have something called nested if. So, what do you understand by nest?
Inside if. When if statement is inside if statement.
Yeah, if a particular set of instruction is present within one more instruction, or I have a outer if condition within which I am checking one more condition. An if statement is present within one more if statement. Such situation is called nested if. You can have any number of nested if. There is no restriction in that. So you can use, depending on your programming constraint, you can have a nested if within which you can check if else or a else if ladder. You can use depending on your situation or the implementation purpose. So one sample example we'll see here. Okay, here the same example, if the customer type is regular, provide some discount. In order to provide a discount, I'll be using some basic formula. You are a regular customer and I'll print whatever the customer is getting the discount with. After that, if you observe here, this in line number 12, it is an outer if, within which in line number 16, we have an inner if. This is nothing but the nested if, in which I'm cross-checking if the total cost, whatever the, depending on whatever the particular person has ordered the item, the total cost is greater than 20 means I'm giving a gift voucher. In real life instances, if you're ordering pizza, let's say in Domino's or pizza, if I order certain things, for the next purchase, they'll be giving some offers, right? Use this coupon and get 100 rupees off or 50 rupees off, something like that. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Same situation. The program, the inner program will be something like that, the implementation of it. So if you order this time and you are a regular customer for your next purchase, I will be providing you some gift voucher or say some coupons. So this is the circumstances when you will be using the nested if. After that, you can use in different combination guys. During your free time, once I finish this, you can try out the combination, how you can use it. But please make sure that if you are dealing with a nested if, the corresponding bracket has to be closed. If you're mismatching with the bracket, things may go wrong or you will be not able to handle the situation. Okay. Nested if is clear. We'll move to the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
The word is still not clear. It is clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. For the nested if, one more tryout that is given. Please do go through it. Okay, when do we use a switch statement? Since you guys are aware of basics, and I'll be repeating it and just asking you at what circumstances we have to use a switch statement.
Yeah, ma'am, there is a menu driven
If we do not want to get the first option, then we switch to the another option.
Okay? Menu-driven program, that is a best answer. If you are performing or implementing a basic calculator, so enter the operation to be performed. According to whatever the user enters, depending on that, you can branch, right? So that is when we'll be using the switch statement. So syntax of that, we'll be having something called a switch. So what is this switch? It is a
Keyword.
It is a keyword. Can I use the same for a variable declaration?
No, ma'am.
No.
So I'll be having a certain set of within a bracket, plain parenthesis, I'll be using an expression or a variable. So depending on this, so if you see here, the curly braces opens and closes at line number 7. That is the body of the switch. Within switch, the body of the switch, you can declare any number of the cases. Cases is nothing but whatever the expression or the variable you have provided, it will cross-check with this value. Okay, the keyword is case followed by value. There should be a space between case and value. Like most of at the beginning stage, what we'll do is case without space, we'll write the case value. So that will be not considered or it will be not read by the compiler. Please make sure there should be a space between case keyword and a variable or a value that you are specifying, followed by a colon and a set of statement to be executed. It can be any statement, simple statement like your sysop statement, or if you're cross-checking for some condition, if or iteration you are performing, for loop, anything can be there. So each case has to be ended with a break. So what this break will do is it will come out of the switch case. That is, it will come out of line number 7. So once a particular expression is present, let's consider switch 1. 1 is a parameter present and first case is 1. Case 1 is written. At that time, it will be matching with the first case. It will execute the set of statement, whatever I have given, and it will break out. Break means it will come out of the switch body. I'll try to implement the program. Hopefully, is the screen shared now?
Yes,
Okay. So switch.
Is case keyword over here?
Yes, it's a keyword.
Okay. Ma'am,
Yes.
we already have if systematic, but why we use switch? What's the difference between switch and if else?
So if else ladder you can use, it is always preferred that we will be using like a menu driven program. Like, okay, let's consider I have a if condition. I will just show both examples so that you'll be clear. Okay. Just give me 5 to 10 minutes. I'll clear your doubt. Done?
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am, but actually my batch owner is not, my batch owner provide me a number, but his number is switch off, and I'm trying to connect my meeting ID by entering the meeting ID, but my ID is not connecting. It's showing that your batch owner has not started the session yet.
Sonali, any answer for this? Sonali, you are in the session?
Yes, I am in the session, ma'am. So what is the batch that UR belongs to? Can you say that?
I'm batch E.
Batch E. So your batch owner is?
Batch owner, I forget his name also. Yes, Saurabh Kumar Umar. Saurabh Kumar Umar.
Okay. So he is not replying to you?
Ma'am, he is replying his number also, and I'm trying to connect his number, but it's showing that switch off. And when I'm entering your ID is just entering, and I can connect it easily. But when I entering the EID, I can't connect it.
Okay, what you can do is you detailedly mention your employee ID and everything and mail to him. Okay.
Ma'am, he's replying that again, copy and paste. So many times.
Your first point of contact is your batch owner only. We don't have your details or we cannot able to help. And we are not the batch owner as well. We are educators for the sessions. So the first thing which we can guide you is you have to contact your batch owner, and whatever the things that he is telling, you have to do it because he is your mentor. Okay, and now the session is going on, so we need to complete the session.
Yes, ma'am. Kindly listen. Can I attend this session? And later on, whatever my problem, I can resolve it by later.
Yes. If you want, you can attend the session, but the thing is that you may not get the attendance for it. You have to contact your batch owner for it. Okay? If you want to get knowledge, you can be in the session and you can get the knowledge. But make sure that you inform this to your batch owner.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, fine. Please continue the session, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you. So in this program, audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In line number 6, log marks is equal to 60, and I'm passing the same parameter to the switch. Switch is a keyword followed within a parenthesis. I'll be specifying a variable or whatever the parameter I wanted to pass, which will be followed by a curly braces, open braces and closing braces. That will be the body of the switch. So case is a keyword, and whatever the parameter I'm passing, this is the value. If you remember, just now we saw the syntax of it. This is a value followed by a colon. Then I'm just giving the sysop statement. I'm just considering above 60 as A grade, next is a B grade, and other is a C grade. Accordingly, I can just choose it. So in this case, which case will be matched? Any cases will be matched, first of all?
No, yes.
Why?
There is no declared any condition. We need to we need to add
Specify
particular
the
condition.
condition for that.
Condition.
We have to write the condition here, right? If something is greater than something. So in this case, just make this as 1. Will the things work?
Yes, ma'am. Case 1 will work.
Yes, case 1 will be working, right? So those are aware of it, well and good. Those are not aware of it. How the switch case works? If you see here, int marks is equal to within a switch, I am passing the same method. So what is the value marks is holding now?
1. 1.
Right.
This
Yes. So it will cross check switch of marks as specified. So marks, it will check it whether this parameter is equal to marks. So it is 1, right? At the very cross checking, it will be verified and this will be true. Yes or no? It will match, right?
Yes.
The parameter present in marks, the value present in your first case, that is matching. First set of statement has to be executed. So in case if I make this as 2 now,
Case second will work.
first the marks will be compared with the first one. Is not equal. Next marks will be compared with the second case. Yes, it is equal. The second statement will be executed. Right?
yes.
So I'll just run this. Whenever I run this program, only B is executed. That is system.out.println. Whatever the with you. After that, the control will be coming to the 13th line. Break means it will come out of this. Come out of it. None of the other statements will be executed. So I will just comment this break. Single line comment we have seen in yesterday's session. Whenever I commented, the compiler whether it will consider it or not.
It will not consider.
In this case, I'll just run it. So I'm getting B and C. Right? So why is this happening? Marks I will compare with the case 2. First case, no, it is not equal. Second case, yes, it turned to be true. Then this statement will be executed. After which I don't have a break. So it will come to case 3. Directly it will be executing the system.out.println. So C is been printed. After doing that, we have a break statement at line number 16. Hence, after executing line number 16, it will be coming out of the switch case. Is this clear? What is the importance of break?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes?
as you initialized earlier, int marks equals to 60.
Huh?
If we want to check this condition, then we have to use if statements in cases.
Yes. But then here I can just give if the marks is greater than something like that. Here I can specify. I can just write a if condition here. As we have just seen in the tryout, I can just specify. I need to use one more parameter here in order to enter to the marks. Or one more thing, I haven't completed the switch thing. Can I use instead of this, can I use a floating point variable? What are the things I can use it within this? Can I use a character?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Character C equals, so how do I initialize the character?
It is special single quote.
A. So what are the alterations I should make? Within switch, I will just make it as...
The value should be also that.
Here, should I change something?
Yes, ma'am. Value. You have to change
I
one
just
from
write A. That's it.
Yes,
isn't it?
Ma'am, in
Yes, ma'am.
each case, there should be
I have to give the ASCII values for that.
Okay. It is throwing some errors. We'll see how to deal with that.
and there should be C in switch.
Yes, correct. So the third case I will just specify is C.
Here also C, yes.
Okay. So which case will be executed in this situation?
A.
first case, A case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll just comment this break. So what will be the output now?
Basic.
All the cases will be there. Then we have something called default case also. Okay, there is a case called default. When default will be executed?
When any of the case will not
Any of the case does not meet the requirement.
Yeah.
Can we pass the value of the value in the switch argument?
A value in the sense something like this. You mean like a 2 or 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's try that. So in that case, it should be a value. Let's say 1, 2, and 3. You mean to directly pass this value like this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll try running this. Is it right?
Yes, ma'am. It will.
Next question is, can I use a floating point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay, we'll try it. Float f is equal to 10.3 else give 10.4 or something. So what is the one? Okay, what is the error?
Small f.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll just pass this parameter. Yes. And what?
Yes, ma'am.
As a case, what else you need? Yes. Someone said anything? Can anyone fix this error?
It is showing that you can't put floating values in.
Exactly. We cannot use that. Can I use a string?
Yes, ma'am.
So string, integer and character is allowed, whereas rest of the things it will not support. Float, we have just seen the example. So things are clear now. Now switch.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll move to the next one.
When Boolean?
We will try Boolean also. Boolean, it is just true or false. Only two situations now. I'm not using a switch for that. Only two cases has to be present. Either it is true or false. You can just go for an if, right? Yes or no?
Okay. Okay.
Only two possibilities are there, right? When will I move for switches if I have n number of cases and I want to directly navigate? Like the time will be whatever the time comparison. Let's consider I have a if condition. Someone asked why not use a if statement, why to use a switch itself. At what situation? So we'll be having a if, else, if. So what happens is whenever I compare, I'll be writing some conditions here, like A less than B and B greater than C. I haven't initialized, so it will throw an error. So if you see here, the time taken to compare each and everything and cross-check with everyone will be more than compared to that of a switch. Switch, I'll be just cross-checking here with the case statement, just only one comparison step. If it is directly matching, I will perform a set of action. Here, it will be like very much time consuming to compare each and everything. If I have more than one condition, logical or and or everything like that. So depending on your situation, like a menu-driven program, if you're dealing with, it is always a best practice. When you log into any website, they have to be given something like a drop-down menus, right? That is how we prefer, yes or no? We'll be selecting accordingly and navigating. For example, Amazon will consider, I will just go to home page and I'll click on shopping, men, women, kids or anything. I will click on that and then I'll be doing the respective in which I want to shop for shoes or any particular brands, depending on which I'll be filtering it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it is a best practice to use a switch only if you are comparing a very simple condition. At that time you can go for directly if condition. So switch, you have a tryout. Please go through it. existing condition.
Entering. Can you explain that when the break statement of second and third were removed, then why they were printed?
ABC?
Yeah, second and third, if the break is removed, first, then why the third statement? Then because it is not true. So,
Okay, I'll tell you that. So I have to just redo it. What is the value I gave? I think marks was 1. Okay, hopefully this will clear your doubt. So this is what the situation you asked? Yes, the one was doubt.
yes, sir.
Okay. Here, what is the value present in marks?
1.
1. So 1 will be present here. I'll cross check with it now. 1 is equal to 1. Marks is equal to 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it is true. It will be executing this line system.out.println. After which giving a break is mandatory, but the developer somehow has missed that line. Giving a break. At that time, regardless of whatever the case is, until it encounters the next break statement, all the set of statements will be executed. Okay, regardless, if break is just missed by the programmer or developer, whatever the statements following by it, that is sysout, which prints B, even here he has forgotten to write the break statement. Again, the next sysout statement will be executed until it has encountered in line number 19. Once it encounters that, it will be coming out of it. Is this clear? Yes. Yes.
What if we put the marks is equal to 2?
Marks is equal to 2. We'll try it. It will cross-check whatever the value present in marks is 2. The second condition is satisfied. So B will be printed. There is no break. It has been commented. Next, the C will be printed. Hence, the break is present. It will come out for you.
Once you switch one value, but all the 3 statements were executed. How it's possible?
Can you please repeat your question?
In the switch statement, you have entered the value 1. And all the 3 statements were executed at that time. How it's possible?
Because the break we haven't given, right? I have commented this. Whenever I comment the break, it will not be considered by the compiler. It will not compile it. It will not be considered. Until it encounters the break statement, all the set of the line, regardless of whatever the case is, whatever the following statement we have, it will be executed. Until it encounters the break statement. That is why...
Even if it's false, it will execute everything.
Sorry?
Even if it's a false statement, it will execute.
Yes. Following set of statement until it is encountering the break will be printed.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, any other?
Is there any limitation to the number of case statements in?
No, you can have any number.
Can you repeat switch case and if else?
Yes, please repeat.
Instead of switch case, how do you use if else case?
For this, the same thing you have to use if else if example you are asking.
Yes.
So you can just use no. You can specify if followed by a certain set of condition. Let's say marks greater than 1. Then you will be giving us a sub statement within which you will just print greater than 1. So I have to check for the next condition. I'll just give else if I have certain set of conditions where I'll be specifying for one more thing. Marks is greater than 2, then perform one more sub statement which is greater than 2 or something like this. In a similar way, you can have any number of conditions. Here I'm in the same, whatever the comparison I'm doing here, So individually, line by line, it will be going. So in this case, which will be executed? Whatever the highlighted line. For my case, that is in line number 6, if I consider int marks is equal to 1.
Yes, sir.
Whether the second condition satisfies or the first condition?
One more condition.
Both are false.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Both are. Yes, ma'am. Both are false.
Yeah, so you can check for the valid condition just by giving equals here. Sorry, greater than or equal, I have to keep words right. Now,
First one.
depending on your situation, what actually has been given to you to implement logical wise, accordingly you can use it. Is that clear? You can have any number of else if lat. There is no restriction. Similarly, you can use any number of the switch cases. Yes.
Ma'am, we can
Your voice is
at the same time.
No, you can go with one, right? Why do you need? Okay, within switch you can use a if else if you want. If there is some condition you wanted to check here, you can just use if here. Okay, this can be done.
Okay.
Okay, depending on certain condition, you want to print some details, that could be done.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if in switch case, we won't write the same numbers as the marks have, so it will print default line, right?
Yeah, if none of the cases has been matched, okay, let's try that. What is the parameter? 1, 2, 3 I've given. Let me try giving 4. Okay, it's printing the default.
Yes, please.
The parameter present in marks is 4. Here. It will check with 1, 2, 3, none of them are matching. Here you are supposed to give a break. I'm not given it.
Ma'am, explain it once again, please.
The default case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will just copy this and paste it here so that can be clear. So the marks assigned to a variable marks is 4. So here in marks 4 is present now. It will check with the first case whether the marks is equal to 1. No, it is not equal, right? 4 is not equal to 1.
Yes.
Okay, 2 is not equal to 4.
No, it's not.
3 is not equal to 4. None of the cases, whatever I have specified, is not matching at all. If none of the cases are matching, it will go to the default case and default case will be executed.
Yeah, got it.
Ma'am,
Okay, yes.
we are considering case label like case 1, case 2, case 3. If parallelly like case 1 have some statement which compare the marks, but in case 4, when it goes in case 4, and after that the condition is true, then which one is correct? Which one is executed?
You mean you have to write the case in such a way that whenever your case is branching, it has to map to the right set of values. For example, if the marks is greater than 90, then I'll be grading something like 90 or A grade. So whenever you're branching itself, your branching should be in such a way. You have to take care of it.
Ma'am,
Yes?
if it put 4 in case 3, then what will come?
Sorry, could you please repeat?
Ma'am, if we put 4 in case 3, then what will come?
Is this 3?
4.
4 here.
Yes, ma'am.
Instead of this, you want me to put it as 4.
Yes, ma'am.
So the fourth condition will be executed. Okay, we have some error. We'll just switch it. Okay. C will be executed. See, this matches with the...
Understand, ma'am.
There is no restriction like this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4 order wise only. Okay. So once you start programming completely, you will come to know. This is just like a basic introduction I'm giving. You have to go back, sit, read the theory, and try implementing some program. Once you try out, you will be having more clarity on it.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Why there is need break after default? Because after default there is no any case, and we are not in loop, no, ma'am.
It is a standard. The syntactical follow set of rules.
Can we pass the user-defined arguments in a switch arguments? Just like scanner's reference variable, we can pass now.
I have just specified we can use, what are the different things we can use as a parameter here? Could anyone repeat?
Just int, string, character.
In character and string.
Okay. Float, can I use it?
No.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So,
But ma'am, if they will be
Can you give examples for nested if?
nested if. Okay, here we have an example that's here one of your tryouts. See in line number 3, it is a string with the name customer type is equal to guest. So I am cross-checking in line number 10 if the customer is regular, whether this condition is true.
also, ma'am.
So it will go to the else part. Let's consider this was, I have reassigned this to regular now. At this situation, your line number 10 will be turned true. Yes, right, because I've changed it now. Initially it was guessed, I've changed it now. Now, whatever the total cost and sysout statement will be printed. After that, if you see in line number 10, I have a certain set of conditions. If a customer type is regular, I am willing to provide some gift voucher. So, a condition within one more, which we have another condition. If statement is present within one more if statement. If the total cost is greater than 20, then I will specify you have got a gift voucher or some additional features or a coupon, something like that. If a customer is regular, I have two conditions. If I want to provide a gift voucher or a coupon to a particular person, the customer has to be regular and the minimum purchase has to be greater than 20. These are the two conditions, guys. So first condition, yes, it is turning to be true. Second condition is also turning to be true. At that time, your inner if or the nested if will be executed. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if second condition is false, then?
If it is false, that will be not applicable. That's it. I'm just cross-checking. Like, I can give a simple example. You will order a pizza. Let's say 3 medium or regular, something you'll be adding, where the total amount will be 400. So it will display for you saying that if the amount is more than 500, you will be getting an offer or say 150 rupees. Whether have you encountered in the real life situation?
Yes,
same thing. The inner if I'm considering. If I'm willing to add one more pizza and get some off, I will do it. If I'm not willing, if I don't want that, I will ignore it. But programmatically, this will be present. Okay. If it is satisfied, additional vouchers or the discounts will be available to you. If not, it will just ignore it.
nested if else is possible.
Sorry?
Nested if else.
Oh yes, you can try it out. If you're using... Yes?
If we are not using the else statement, so then it is not necessary for us to use the else if we are not required.
Yes,
Like
yes, if you don't have the requirement to use, depending, that's what I said, depending on your customer requirement, you'll be writing the program, right? If something is, I want to give some additional features, if satisfied, yes, I'll provide. If not, if the customer says not to implement anything, I'll just leave as it is.
Okay, ma'am.
Whatever the requirement, according to the requirement, you have to implement. That's it. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can we move to the next one? Okay, we are done with switch case. We have seen examples. Syntax is also done. You have a quiz. Please to take it up. Some exercises have also been given. Implement a program to find and display the maximum number out of the given 3 numbers. Finding the max of 3 numbers is a basic logic here. Okay, after break, we'll continue with while, do while, infinite loop, and the for loop. Okay, you can take break up to 11 o'clock. Please be back. 11 to 12, we have to finish this while, do while, for, and nested loops. After that, 12 o'clock, your batch owner will be addressing you. Okay?
Okay.
Please be on time. 11 o'clock, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi guys, I hope I'm audible. I want to convey one important thing. I think Moiden is asking for some group. I don't know what is the group actually is asking about, but social groups are like a violation of the rules. So don't create any WhatsApp group or any other group. Okay, if you want to communicate anything with your colleagues, you can communicate via Infosys mail ID only, not even using the personal mail ID. So don't ever do that, and don't ever try to send any details or send any documents or code from your Infosys mail ID to any other personal mail IDs or any other mail IDs. Okay, outside mail IDs, because ILMS issue will be raised and it is a big issue. Okay, so don't create any kind of such groups and don't talk about those groups in the WebEx chat. It is also monitored. I keep on repeating it for your safer side. So please follow it and do accordingly. Okay.
Ma'am, for laptop allocation, you will guide us or we want to?
For laptop allocation, there is certain things to be followed. Actually, we got a laptop from the after training only. So, since you have to get the laptop before the training during the training period itself, so you need to contact your batch owner. Actually, she will be contacting you and telling all those stuff today. Don't worry. Okay? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Thanks a lot for the confirmations. And I can understand, guys, it is for clarifying the doubts and everything you are asking for the group, but it is a violation. You should not do that. If you want a group kind of thing and you have to clarify the doubts as the session progresses, we will be allowing you for the breakout sessions. So there is a possibility of breakout sessions which we can allow you so that you can interact with your colleagues and talk in the meeting itself. So apart from that, we cannot able to help you out for any groups, such groups. It is a violation. Hope it is clear. So don't feel sorry enough for that, Moidin. It is not like that. We are mentors and we are just guiding you for that. Okay? We are need to tell all those stuffs. That's it. You don't want to feel annoyed.
Only the execution part in the Lex is not working.
we'll continue with the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The next topic we'll be discussing is while. While is an iteration, so directly I will go with the syntax of it and the sample example. We have while, do while, and for. Three things are remaining. So we have completed if else, and else if ladder. After that, nested if, and what else? Switch.
From your screen,
When it's not shared, ma'am.
Okay, just a moment. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Thank you. So this topic we have completed. So we'll continue with while. So while syntax, when do we use actually while? I'll just recall this in the morning session.
Yes. When we want to iterate something and the iterations we don't know at that time, we use while.
Yeah. As of now, we'll just remember what is if I want to execute a certain set of statements for a particular interval of time. Let's say we'll be using while. So while is a keyword, right? We have a keyword followed by a condition similar to that. If the condition is turned to be true, then a set of statements will be executed. This is a syntax of while. So how many number of the times the statement will be executed depends on when this condition is going to be turned false. Clear?
Yes,
Ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See an example so that you'll be clear with that. I will just create the sample example. We have two parameters in line. We have input is equal to 5 and in 10 we have sum is equal to 0. Here the implementation of while is a keyword followed by I'm checking for certain condition. Input I have 5. 5 is greater than 0. True?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever the condition is true, a certain set of actions will be performed. But what is the total number of the time this is going to be executed? That depends on when this condition is going to be turned false. Clear? The program so that we'll just add a few things and then you'll come to know how things are working around.
Ma'am,
Yes?
can you please take an example by taking in by user, input by user?
Okay, input by user. Fine, I'll take that. First, I'll finish this up and then take it out. Okay. So we have input, which is 5. 5 is greater than 0. Yes, the condition is true. Then sum is, what is this operator called? Yesterday's session?
relational.
Relational.
Assignment.
Assignment operator.
Yeah. So this will be equivalent to
Is equal to
Sum plus
input.
compound assignment, which we have seen yesterday. So for the first iteration, sum is equal to sum plus input will be, what will be the value? 5, right?
5.
Then this will be decremented. So whenever I decrement, the input value will be, for the next time it is considered, it will be 4, exit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So 4 is greater than 0. True?
Yes, true.
And just add it up. In the previous step, I had 5. 5 plus 4 will be
9.
okay. Then I will be implementing this. This will be 3.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, I'll cross check. Input, I have 3. 3 is greater than 0.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
9 plus 3.
12.
Sir, repeat it one second, ma'am.
You want me to repeat it from first? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Repeat it once again, ma'am.
Okay. So for the first iteration, we have Input I'm considering it as I, okay? Is it clear? Input is equal to 5. Then it will cross check for your while condition. So condition is 5 is greater than 0. Is it true? True or false?
True. Yes, true.
Right. Sum is equal to sum plus input. So your sum will be
5.
5.
0 plus 5.
0 plus 5 resulted will be
5.
5 is present in the sum. Next, I'm decrementing the input. So for more clarity, I'll just make this as I itself. Don't get confused the input in I. Okay. I minus minus will be resulting in I is equal to, so the next time I'm going to use it, it will be 4. Is this clear?
It will be 4. Yes.
This is for the first iteration. Next, for the second iteration, what is the value of I have?
4.
I equals 4, then I cross check the while condition, right? What is the condition I'm checking there? 4 is greater than?
4 is 0. 4 is greater than 0. Yes.
Yes, it turned to be true. Then sum is equal to, what is the previous sum value I have?
4.
Plus 4.
5 plus 4.
So this will be resulting in?
9.
The same iteration happens, and for the third iteration, it will be, the I value will be reduced, right?
3.
I will be 3. Next, if I consider here, I will be 3. I'll write it again. Sorry, I have written it as 4. Please read over. Okay. After which, I'll be checking for my while condition. What will be the while condition? 3 is greater than?
0.
3 is greater than 0.
True or false?
True.
Again, sum is equal to, what's the previous sum value we have?
9 plus 3.
9 plus 3.
10 plus 3 equal to 12.
12.
Then I will be reduced. I minus minus will be 2.
Yes.
Okay. Then for the fourth iteration,
Condition will be greater than 0, true.
2 is greater than 0.
2 is greater than 0. Yes, it's going to be true.
True.
That sum equals, what's the previous sum I have? 12 plus?
12 plus 14.
14 after that again I minus will be
1.
Okay. For the next iteration, I will just cross check. I value is 1 is greater than 0. True?
Yeah.
True.
Sum is equal to, what's the previous sum we have?
15.
Plus 1. Plus 1, 15.
That is 1, which will be 15. And I minus minus will be?
0.
The next condition is false.
0. For the fifth iteration, your while will be cross-checked. So it will be like 0 greater than 0. At this time, the condition is false. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Out of the loop, and it will go to line number 19. What I'm trying to do in line number 19 is, sum of the digits are sum. That is nothing but what is the value stored in sum after the final iteration.
15.
It will be printed. That's it. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
For every program, I can't go through individual iterations. Okay, this is a sample program. So you guys have to get used to it, how the while loop works. For the first iteration, what will the value of I, how the I value is getting updated or incremented or decremented, how do you find the sum of a number, everything. Okay, you will be getting used to it. Don't worry. So while is clear?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So I have one question. If I just give this now, what number of times The while will be executed. Can I give something like this?
No, ma'am. It will keep on repeating. It will keep on repeating because the condition will never come forward.
The output will be same 15.
Okay.
It will not
Can I give something like?
I think it will give an error.
Because already condition is matches now. I equals to 5.
Okay, I can't give this 5. If I just over it, it is specifying cannot. One second, cannot convert from into bool. So while needs something the condition to be always true. Let me try giving true.
Yes.
Loop won't exist then.
Yes. It will maybe it will be infinite.
I'll just give this without statement. So can anyone tell how many numbers of times this line will be executed? Just don't worry about this, nothing to do with this.
infinite.
It will keep on repeating.
Infinite time.
Your standard,
It will be always.
like always it will be turned true. There is no condition which is making that come out of the loop. Can you see at the console? How many times?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
By chance, you shouldn't give this condition unless it is necessary. There should be one condition at least within your body of the while which will make that statement to be exited. Okay, at least one condition has to be there. Within the body of the while, I haven't given any condition that has to come out of the loop. Right?
Ma'am, what if we write is not equals to 0?
Sorry?
If we write is not equals to 0 in the parenthesis of while,
You want to write not here.
not equals to 0.
What not equals to 0?
Not symbol equals to 0.
You mean something like I not equals to 0?
Yes, ma'am.
Because, see here, because of this line, it is exiting.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Okay, if I just comment this, I'll just remove this 2 line. I'll just comment this. And what will happen now? Can anyone tell me?
Again, infinite.
Same.
It will keep on repeating the statement.
Decrementing or incrementing, and I have not set a condition to come out
Yes.
of it.
It will be always 5.
Always it will be like 5 itself. 5 is not equal to 0. Yes, that will be true for all the cases because I'm not incrementing, decrementing, or within while I haven't given any break statement to come out of the loop.
Okay, ma'am.
Why is less than 5, ma'am?
Yes, sorry, I didn't get you.
I use less than 5, then what happened, ma'am?
Is less than 5. I want to give you, okay. Just less than or equal to you wanted to give.
Less than, ma'am. Only less than.
Only less than, okay. What is happening here? Can anyone tell?
Code will not get executed, ma'am.
Condition is
It
false.
will not get executed.
Is less than 0, is it true?
No.
It's false.
The condition itself is not satisfying. The body of the while is not executed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Ma'am, can we use switch case in while loop?
If there are circumstances, you can use it.
Yes, sir. But there should be a exit case, no? Otherwise
Yes,
it will.
that is must and should. There should be exit criteria. If it is while of true.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Ma'am,
guys, others, please mute yourselves. Those who have doubt, only then unmute. It is very disturbing, guys.
In this case, what's the output?
In which case, false.
Yes, ma'am. Because
The body is not getting executed, and I have not given anything outside it. Who is the one who that unmuted yourself. Please mute, guys.
लगाना है डेली 6:30 बजे के बाद.
Okay, here, if this condition, just a moment. Since this condition is turned to be false, I have not given anything outside the body. If you want, I can just uncomment this and I can just print it. Done?
Yes.
Only if the condition is turned to be true, the body of the while will be executed. If not, the program flows continues. After this curly braces of the while, the program flow will go regularly.
Can we use break statement in a while loop?
Yes, you can use it. Depending on whatever your circumstances is, you can use either break or continue. That we'll be discussing at end of the session.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the I is not equal to 0 example? That example.
I not equal to 0.
Yeah, ma'am. With this, it was in infinite loop then.
Yeah, this will run in an infinite loop only, right? This okay, sorry.
No, yeah. I minus has not come in.
Yes, yes. So if you see here, your doubt was regarding the infinite loop, right?
Definitely.
If I just comment these two lines, it will go for infinite loop. See here, the condition, I'll just stop it. The condition is always true. What I'm trying to check here is 5 not equal to 0. Is it true?
Yes.
Or false?
It's not true.
Yes, sir. It is true.
It's true and it will be always true because I am not incrementing or decrementing or I'm not setting any condition within the body of the while. Yes? Is it clear or should I repeat it?
Here, ma'am.
Here, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Then we'll move to the do while.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a while sample. There is a tryout. Please do try. This is to find the sum of digits, which you guys will be aware of. Please try tracing this program. Tracing the program is nothing but whatever I said. For the first iteration, what happens? What will be the value of it? Try to trace it. Only then you will get the complete analysis of it. So infinite while loop also we have seen whenever the condition is always true, it will be like, yes, it is the stack overflow or it will be like the infinite loop. So next we have a do while loop. So when do we use do while loop?
Ma'am, when we want that the loop is executed at least once.
Yes, I'm right.
At least for one time, the particular set of statement or the instruction has to be executed. At least for one means we will be going with do while. So what the syntax is as follows. We'll be having do keyword at the beginning followed by the curly braces, followed by a set of statements. It can be one statement or a set of statements. There is no restriction on that. Once you have a closing curly braces followed by the while keyword, then the condition. Please do note it here, this condition has to be followed by a semicolon. This is very important. If you don't enclose with a semicolon, that will be throwing an error. Done. This is a syntax of do while. So when do we use do while is at least a set of statement I have to execute at least one number of times. At that time, I'll go with do while.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am?
Can you give real life example for why we have to, for one time necessary be executing the statement?
Okay, I'll give it, yes. I'm still explaining the syntax. I didn't go to program, guys. Be patient, I'll explain. Okay. So see, we have a best example here. There is a customer who wanted to order something. Again, we'll go to the online pizza order or something, some details like that. So in order to read the input, someone asked me to show an example of how to take input from the user. So here it is. We'll be using the scanner class in order to use it. We'll be creating an object. How to create an object in detail, I'll be explaining in upcoming sessions. As of now, just remember, new keyword is used to create an object. So this is nothing but the reference I'm creating. After that, I am providing system not specifies and people input from the input stream. So I have few variables declared here. Total cost. Please make sure that in line number 8 we have character want to add food item. Initially we have created a character variable. By default we have set that to no. N is nothing but it is specifying no, yes or no we are going to accept here. By the default I am assigning that to a no. Then unit price for individual whatever the things we are adding it out. Initially, we are assuming that is, or we are hard coding that is 10, and the quantity is 1. We are just giving individual quantity as 1. So we are using this in a do while loop. So why do we need to use that in do while loop? Is once I add certain details or I will add few items and my total cost will be calculated, it will be printing ordered, placed successfully. I'll just print it. After that, if you see in line number 16, I'm just giving some details. Do you want to add more food items? Click yes or no. So whenever user sees this message in the console, he or she will select yes or no depending on their requirement. If they want to add additional details or additional items, they'll be choosing yes. If not, they'll be choosing no. So in order to read that, I am using something called the object or the reference that is created for your scanner sc.next. So what this next will do is it will accept the next input from the customer from whatever I have entered in my console. That will be read. That is a string and it will be stored in a variable called input. It is of a kind string, hence we are creating a string variable, whatever we are reading from the console, that is sc.next. I can access that using a method called next that is present in your scanner. Once I have this string, I need to just get the character, yes or no, the single character, right? In order to get that, I have something called the method character pet. So whatever the string I have read from the end user, that is present in input. Now, in order to read the character present at the 0th index, I'll be using something called input dot. Dot is an operator which is used for accessing the attributes and the methods. So, whatever this character at whatever we have specified, if I pass the index of a specific string, it will give the character which is present at that particular index. So 0th index will be the starting of the string. The index starts from 0, right?
Yes.
You guys are aware of that, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Index, whatever the data is present or the character is present, retrieve it and store it in the want to add food item. So this is a character. If you observe here, we have created it. Initially it was set to no. Now depending on whatever the user has entered, either yes or no, the data will be present here. So one time, if you observe within the body of the do, I have already executed it. So once I place an order, whatever the amount I need to pay, order placed successfully, total cost, and do you want to add more food items? This message will be displayed. After that, user will enter yes or no. Whatever the entered data, that will be present in want to add food item I'll fix it. Want to add food item is equal to yes. Only if this is yes, if user has entered y means that is nothing but yes, then again redo the operations. Again go to the do loop and complete the rest of the things. If it is no means, just come out of the while and go with the next set of statement present. Is this clear? I want to repeat it. Hopefully yes.
Ma'am, last part.
99, ma'am.
Yes?
99, ma'am. Can you repeat that, ma'am?
19th line, this one. Don't worry guys, you'll understand things. You have to just go with the flow. So do is nothing but when do we use do? Do while you should be having a clarity for. Do while we are using at least certain set of statement has to be executed at least once. So this is a set of statement that is present within your do. This has to be executed at least once. Yes, it has been executed once. If I want to execute or if I want to execute the same set of statement once again means whatever the condition I have specified in my while has to be turned true. In this case, if a user is entering the data as yes, only then the do statement will be repeated again. If not, it will exit out of the loop. And it will just continue with line number 22. Thank you for ordering the food. Will reach you shortly. Is this clear?
Ma'am, that the input was character at 0, what it means?
This one. Okay. See.
0.
Now, in order to read the input from the user, we are aware that I'm using something called scanner. Yes? Whatever the user is entering from the console, that will be read and it will be present, something like that. In order to read the next input, whatever present here, I'm using whatever the reference dot, that is the operator which is used for accessing the methods and parameter present within it. Using next, it will return a string. So, if I want to, whenever a particular function is returning a string, I want to store it in the same data type, right? It is a string I'm creating and hence I have an input variable. So now I just need a single character, whatever I have read is. So in order to get the very first character, I'm using something called character at. This is a default function provided to us. What this will do is, if I pass a parameter as 0, whatever the character present at or the individual character present at 0th index, that it will be returning to you. I'm interested in getting input dot character at, which means whatever the user has entered from the console, it will retrieve the character present at the 0th index. The parameter specifies the index. If you give 1, it will return the character that is present at the first index. I'll be storing, since the strings, the index starts from 0, I need the character that is present at 0. Hence, I will be storing the same in want to add food items. If you scroll up, we have character declared, want to add food items by default to n. Now it will be reset to whatever the user has entered, either y or n. Y stands for yes, n stands for no. If I'll just compare in my while whether both the things are true. Yes equals to yes. If both things are equals, again I'll go back to my do and I'll perform set of actions. Again, I'll be asking the same things, whether should I perform the same set of action or not. Until user clicks no, this will be repeating. Is it clear?
Can you explain the fifth line? Can you explain the fifth statement?
Okay, we'll just copy paste this code and run it again once.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So by default, when are we going to use do is at least we want a body of the do to be executed once. If you observe here, how many sysop statement I have given? 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Yes, 17, 18 and 19.
Yes.
Order place successfully, whatever the total cost, and then do you want to add more items? Just type yes or no. So at least the body is executed once. Yes, right? Respond, guys.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
ma'am.
That depending on my input, that is depending on user input, the while will be checked and it will decide whether should I do the same set of execution or not. I will just click while and hit enter. So order placed successfully. Again, it is considering one more order. The total cost, if you see here for the very first try was it is 10. Now, since I'm placing one more item, it is 20. And again, it is asking, do you want to add more food items? Now, I'll just click no. So it is giving me, thank you for ordering the food. We will reach you shortly. So understood it? For the very first time, I pressed Y. So yes equal to yes, it will be true. And again, the same set of instructions will be executed. And it will be asking, do you want to add more items or not? For the second time it is asking, I said no. N, it will cross-check in while, that is in line number 22, N equals Y. No, it is not equal. At that time, it will come out of the while and line number 24 will be executed. Thank you for ordering the food. We will reach you shortly.
Yes. Ma'am, 20 number line, when particularly for int or double, we need to use next int or next double. So for string, it is not mandatory, no?
See, there are many things, okay? I'll just show you a sample here. See here, whenever I type sc dot is operator, which is used for accessing many networks. Right. So we have next in, next line, next boolean type, depending on what is the parameter you're going to access, accordingly you will be using this. Okay? Yes. I just use next because it will take up the string.
Hello, ma'am. Yes.
Yes?
Page number 29.
Your voice is very low.
And in 20 number line, string enters a class or string.
Your voice is very low, man. Could you please come to a better network area and then ask?
So why we take 29, ma'am? The string input equal to sc dot next.
See, in order to deal with, if I want to take up input from the user, we are going to use a scanner class. Okay, within which you will be having n number of methods. If I want to create access the method that is present within a class, I want to create an object. That is what I've done here. Objects and classes in details in the afternoon session we'll be discussing again.
Okay, ma'am.
So don't worry about it. So using the object as reference we have created, if I just click dot operator, it is used to access whatever the methods present in that and accessing it. As I showed, whenever I type next and type on control space bar, it will show you what are the different set of methods present. According to your implementation pattern, you can select it. In order to access that, we need to create a reference or an object. That is what I've done in line number 10.
In line number 10, we have created a SC class.
See, this is a scanner class which is already implemented. I'm just making utilization of it. If I want to retrieve the input from the user or the console, if I want to communicate, something like a printf and scanf, why do you use scanf in your C?
For taking the input.
User from
Something like that. As of now, just assume that in order to obtain input from the user, I need to use something called a scanner class. Here I'm specifying from the system input, I'm going to retrieve the inputs. So whenever user enters something, yes, no, something like this, whatever it's been highlighted in the console, we have a set of methods which is already provided by Java. We have to just make use of that. In order to call that or in order to use that, we have to create a reference to it or an object to it. First, we'll be creating that and we will be accessing that particular method. So what this next will do is whatever the user entered, it will be returned. So if I want to store that, I want to create a string variable and handle that, right? If I don't give this directly, say if I just comment this, so it is reading, but it is not storing somewhere. I have to do accordingly, systematically I have to do it. So whatever the data read here, it is going to return. So if I just mouse over it, you can see some details about it. What this method is going to do, it is going to return some details. You just have to mouse over it. Okay, once you set up your environment, you can explore completely. Okay, it will return an string which is present in input. So using input, dot is an operator which is used to access the attributes of whatever the methods or the classes we are using, in which we have by default character at. What this method will do is it will return the character that is present at the specific index. A string or your array, all those things will be starting from the index 0. 0th index, that is nothing but yes or no, whatever the user has entered. So first character will be taken and it will be placed in the variable called want to add for the item. Next in the statement, line number 22, and cross check whether the user has entered yes or no. If it is yes, is equal to yes means yes, it is true. Again, the two statements will be executed. Is it clear? Yes, no. Okay, can we move to the next one?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to practice it, guys. Unless you practice, things will not be clear. If you just read theoretically and keep it, it will be very difficult for your hands-on.
Ma'am,
Yes?
while getting input in line number 20, string input equal to sc dot next line or next only, ma'am?
You can just use next since we are dealing with very less. If you want to use next line, it will just give the description. You can just type next. Next line, if you want to just mouse over it, it will give you what it is going to give in detail. Everything you can explore it. You just have to mouse over it. Just use next as a thing. Okay?
Okay.
So do I, the simplest example, the previous example, whatever we have seen, can I convert this into do while? Anyone?
Yes.
Help me with this. So what is the set of statement and we're supposed to change it?
Ma'am, this while condition will be at the end.
Okay.
Just do.
And whether should I insert something that is throwing an error?
have to insert do, ma'am.
Colon.
Do then insert here.
Colon.
Yes.
After that?
Write some statement.
Semicolon. Semicolon.
Very good. Semicolon is must and should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Done.
Hopefully, this will be an infinite loop or a finite loop.
Finite loop.
It will be an infinite.
Ma'am, it will be infinite loop with
What is finite loop?
Finally, we never apply.
It is a finite loop itself.
Yes.
Because we are decrementing here, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So if I just comment these two lines, then
Then it will
Then it
be.
will be infinite.
that's it. So once you get used to it, you can change stuff, you can play around with the tools. Please do practice this. See here, it is running infinitely. I just stop it. Okay, next we'll go. Yes.
Ma'am, when we will have our virtual machines?
Sorry? I couldn't get you. Can you please repeat?
Yes, ma'am. When we will have our VMs?
Your batch owner will be addressing at 12 o'clock. Probably you'll be getting a clarity then. Okay, at 12 or 12:15 months, I complete with the for loop, break and continue. I'll be handing over to her so that she'll be addressing to you. Okay. After that, she'll be announcing the lunch break as well.
Okay.
Okay. Next will be continuing with the for loop. So when we use for loop, anyone?
And the number of iterations?
When we have fixed number of iterations.
We have range of values. Which condition?
When we know actually what is the total number of times it is going to be executed, or we have some idea on it, we'll be going with the for loop. So please do remember, those who are aware about for, it is very good. Those who are not aware, please do know how the for loop initialization, condition and increment or decrement works. So without knowing this, you can't use a for loop at all. Basically, we have for keyword followed by, within the knowledge basis, we'll be having three different things. First section is called initialization. Initialization will occur only once whenever we are initializing it. For example, int I is equal to 0. So initialization is done. It will be completed. We will not touch it again. Condition is the second one. Each and every statement will be separated by a semicolon. Next we have is a condition. If the condition is turned to be true, if it is true, then a set of statement will be executed. After execution of the statement, only then it will be incremented or decremented. Is that clear? First it checks for the condition. If it is true, it will execute the set of statement. Once the statement is executed, after which it will check for increment or decrement. Okay, once we do this increment or decrement, again it will check for the condition. If the condition is turned to be true, again the statement will be executed. Again, it will go back to the increment or decrement. The same things keeps on repeating till this condition is turned to be false. Is the basic clear? Or should I repeat this? How the condition, increment and the statements are in sync?
Clear, ma'am.
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, good. So we'll see some sample examples. Okay, this is again the same thing. We are reading input from the user. If you want, I'll take up the same example, or let me start with a very basic example. Which do you want me to implement first?
Basic first, ma'am.
Basic.
Can you please repeat, ma'am?
Repeat which one?
What you are asking?
The syntax of it, you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in for syntax, we have three sections. First one is initialization, next is condition, and last is increment or decrement. Initialization will be done only once. So if I initialize int I is equal to 0, I will be starting from 0. So we are not going to touch that part once it is initialized. Next we have a condition. So I have condition something like I is less than 0 or I is less than 5. Let's consider 0 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. When the condition is turned to be true, the set of statement is going to be executed. Or you can say the body of the for loop will be executed. Once the body of the for loop is executed, after which it will check for increment or decrement. Either you can do increment, decrement, or some operations you will be performing here. After which you will come back to the condition part. Condition is checked. If the condition is true, again the body will be executed. After execution of the body, it will be navigating to increment or decrement. Again, the same thing repeats till the condition is false. or the condition will be turning false. Until then, the same loop happens. Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So for thing, I said we have three sections. We have a for keyword followed by three sections. That is, I initialize int I is equal to 0. Let's start from 0. 0. Next, I is less than 5. I plus plus. This is a very frequently used. I just comment this line, that's a confusion. Okay. Here I'll just try to print it. That's it. I'm not going to do anything. I'll just print the value of what?
I.
Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for this one, I'll be explaining how does the iteration happen for them. Those are not here. This is the only example. For each and everything I can't explain. Okay, let's consider we have three sections. I is equal to 0. For the first iteration, your I value will be 0. Right? Then it is checking for the condition. What is the value of I? 0 is less than 5. Whether it is true?
Yes, it is true.
Yes. So it will print. What's the value is going to be printed?
0.
Printing 5. After that, it will be incremented. I plus plus. So the next time it is going to use, what will be the value of I is equal to?
1.
So this is for your first iteration. For your second iteration, what happens? The value of I will be? What will be the value of I?
1.
If you just forget about the initialization, that will not be there. Directly it will go for comparison. That is 1 is less than 5. It is true. Hence, if you print the value 1 and your I will be incremented. So getting 2. Yeah, it will be printing 2. For the third iteration, what will be the value of I? It will be 2, right?
Second iteration it will be 2. No.
Yes, I do here. Any doubt?
I understood. Sorry.
Okay. For the third iteration, it will be printed, and for the fourth iteration, for the fourth time, it is checking for the value will be 3 less than or equal to. Again, it will be printing the value 3, and this value will be
4.
Okay. Next, for the next iteration, 4 is less than 5. True.
Yes.
It will print 4, after which I value will be equal to
5.
Okay. For the next iteration, it is checking for the sixth iteration. 5 is less than 5, true or false?
False.
At that time, it will come out of the for loop. It will just go to the 17th line. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This is how your basic for loop works. Initialization at only first time it will be worried about. Next, it will check for the condition. If it is true, executes the body, then check for your increment, decrement. It may be pre or post depending on the implementation circumstances. Again, it will check for the condition, body will be executed. Same thing happens till the condition is turned to be false. Clear, right? So one more example they have just taken. We'll just quickly analyze this and go to the nested loop. So here they are trying to get some input from the user. So in for loop, I'm using something called counter, that's variable initialized to 1. So the counter value starts with 1. 1 is less than or equal to number of food items to be ordered. So number of the food items to be ordered, if you observe in line number 11, we are using from the end user, or we are obtaining that from the end user. If you observe here, we are using something called next end. It is used to get the integer from the console or the user. In previous example, we have just used next, which will return a string. If I used next int, it will return an integer.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is it clear? So whatever number user specifies, let's say user has entered 2 now. So your counter will be 1 is less than or equal to 2. This value will be replaced by 2. And each and everything, enter the food item, enter the quantity, whatever the bill you wanted to specify, you can just go with it. If the user has entered 10 here, whenever you're using next end and the parameter in the variable number of the food items to be ordered, it is 10 means it will be 1 is less than or equal to 10. You are able to order 10 times, or the 10 quantities will be going to order it. Please go through it and try giving example, like try to read the input from the user and try to print it. Try all the cases. Okay? Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
If there is a tryout, please do try that also. See here, within a for, they have used if and else. You can use n number of combinations. You have to practice a lot, guys. Okay? So we have seen what is a nested if we have already seen. Right? What is a nested loop then?
One loop
And we have an inner loop inside a
outer loop.
That's it. Within one for loop, I'll be having one more specific for loop in order to perform set action. See, in this, you can see the nested loop. In that exercise, they are trying to print a number in a particular pattern. So how do you do that? Using the nested for loop. If you just use one for loop, it will not work. Row and column, one you are using for a row and one you are using for the column wise, and you are trying to print a particular number in a particular fashion. You can use n number of combinations. There is no restriction like there should be only one for loop within another for loop. You can have n number. Yes? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. You have a tryout, please do try it. Next we'll see what is break and continue. Break you guys are already aware of?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
When we use break,
It used to come out of the
Terminate the execution.
we have
for exiting, or if I just want to terminate, whenever certain condition has been true, if I want to break out of the loop, at that time you will be using a break. The name itself says that you are going to break a certain rule. So, simple example I'll explain you with. Okay, the same example will continue here. If tell me some conditions so that I can break out of this for.
prime number program.
Prime number, okay. Whether this will work?
Yes, it will work. I think.
It will work out now. Okay. Then I'm going to explain why it is just displaying the 0, 1, 2. Where are others? We just traced it, right? It is supposed to print the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And because after checking the condition till 2, it's break statement.
Yeah. So first, if you see this iteration, first thing will be printed 0. Yes, it is fine. It will check if I is equal to 2. No, I value is 0. Here the I value is 1. Whenever the I value is 2, I'm specifying in my program I equals to break. Break will, what it will do is, whatever the loop statement I'm using, it will just come out of it. That is, it will come to the line number 18. Clear? That's the reason. So if I just give 3, what will be the output I'll be getting?
0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3.
3 will be printed. So if I just give 2 here and instead of break, I give continue.
3, 4, 5.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll skip, I guess.
3, 4, 3.
Okay.
Should 3 and 3. Doesn't make any difference to the actual for loop.
The circumstances they have given us in such a way, so we'll change. Okay, if you observe here, I have within my for loop, I am trying to print the value. So 0 is printed first. After that, continue will be printed. Yes, I'll just give within the bracket. Okay, first iteration I will be 0, right? I will be printed whether is it equal to true.
No.
0 equals to 2. No, right?
No.
It will skip that line and it will just print continue. So for the first iteration, this is what the set of sysout statement executed. Clear the first iteration?
Yes.
Repeat it again.
Ma'am, repeat it again, ma'am.
Okay, this is an example I'm giving for continue. I'm just trying to differentiate between break and continue. Okay, break you're clear with it, right?
Ma'am means they both are exactly opposite of each other. No?
Yeah, something like that. I will just explain you. Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. For the first iteration, I will be, okay, I'll just write it here. I is equal to 0. And it is cross-checking. I equals 0. That is 0 equals to whether the condition is true. It is false. So it will not enter the body of the if. So it will come to the next line number 19. It will just print system dot out of println continue will be printed. Whatever I have highlighted in the console, it is the first set of statement that will be executed for the first iteration. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
For the second iteration, your I will be incremented. So your I value will be 1. Again, I'm cross-checking. 1 equals 2. Whether it is true?
False.
It will not bother to execute about it. It will come to line number 19. Again, it will be printing the details. So that is for the second iteration, 1 and continue will be printed. Clear with so much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
The second iteration, what will be the value of I?
2.
I is equal to 2. It will cross-check. 2 equals 2. Is that it is true?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
It is true. So whenever the compiler encounters continue, what it will do is, whatever rest of the code is present, it will skip the code that is followed by continue for that particular iteration, and it will start with the next iteration. just skip the statements following that for that particular iteration and continue with the next iteration. That is the reason it is just printing 2. After 2, do we have a continue?
No, ma'am. No.
Like all this
Yes, and we have to continue, but it will not print continuous statement. It will just print.
It is not printed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. So whenever the continue keyword is encountered by the compiler, it will skip the code following the continue keyword and it will go with the next iteration. That's it. Clear? Still have a doubt?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So next we'll go with the next iteration now. Your I value will be 3. So I'll cross check again. 3 equals to, it is false.
No.
3 and continue will be printed. It will go to line number 19, it will print the continue. Again, it will go back, it will be incremented, it will be 4. Again, I'll cross check in my if condition. 4 equals 2, whether it is true. It's true.
No, ma'am.
Again, it will come back to the line number 19 and it will do a set of actions. That's it. So clear with the break and continue?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Break out of the loop. It just comes out of the loop. Whenever you use continue, whatever the set of instructions or set of statements you have for that particular iteration, it will skip the following steps and it will be just carrying out with the next set of iterations. That's it.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if we use break,
Where here?
yeah, ma'am, break in place of continue, then it will.
You want me to break?
Then it will come out of the loop.
Yes, we just for the first example, right? It has break that loop. It has come out of it. It is just printing 0, 1, 2.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah?
Can we add any statement here?
Where?
If condition, after if condition?
You mean to say in line number 17?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can add it. You can perform certain set of tasks. Any number of the statement can be there, and you can, once the condition is done, you can break it out. That is allowed. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So break and continue. We just have a comparison between break and continue. To break, it will terminate a loop or a switch statement. Both the conditions we have seen, right? Even in switch statements we have seen, and in the loop also. Just now we saw it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can be used within both loops and switches. Whereas continue, skip the remaining statement of the loop for the current iteration. That also we saw it. It is very clear. Can be used only within a loop. If I just used within a, if I use a particular statement within a simple comparison, it will be of no use, right? Anyways, it will be coming out of it. So continue. Depending on your situation, you can use it. There is one more important thing. I just have left it off, I think.
We cannot use continue and switch. Ladder?
Sorry?
We cannot use continue and switch.
You can try it out and get it fixed.
Okay, ma'am.
Try executing some programs. Try to use either whether I can use it. Because switch is nothing but like a branching only, no? And it happens based on certain conditions.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is one more thing you have to be aware of. When will I be using while? While is when the number of the iteration is not known. I don't know. We took an example of online ordering of pizza, right? Whether the user is entering the quantity as 3 or 5. I don't know. At that time, I'll be using while. So when will I be using do while is when we want the loop to be executed at least once. That also example we have seen. Do while means do the operations first and then check for the condition. Whereas for when the number of the iteration is known, we know accurately, okay, this is the number of the comparison or number of times that is going to will be using accordingly. Just keep these keywords in mind. This will be helpful for you to implement certain programs at this stage. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys. So in the afternoon session, rest of the topics will be taken up. That is introduction to object-oriented and methods. These are the two topics left out for the day. Probably your batch owner will be addressing you. I'll just stop sharing my screen and just confirm with her. Please do practice all the exercises and take up the quizzes, okay?
Ma'am, what is the time to continue the session after the break?
I'll just tell Anusha about that, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, actually, in my area, there was internet was banned since last 4 days. So I was not able to join yesterday's meeting and yesterday class. Currently, this is unbanned by the government, and I am currently in the meeting. So how can I cover up all these things, and how can I do Lex?
All the contents are available in Lex portal. You are aware of the Lex portal, right?
Yes, ma'am. Aware of it.
You have got the link. Have you received it? You make sure that you will be in sync with all those things. Just go through that. During our free times, we can discuss few doubts if you have any. Please go through it, okay? Yesterday, whatever we have done is, it is very basic. Just go through it once. Try covering it. If not, we'll see. We'll help you out with something, okay?
Ma'am? Hello, ma'am.
Yes?
Yeah, ma'am, can I ask Anusha to join? Because...
yes, sure.
Okay, fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Hello. Hello, Ashika, ma'am.
Yes?
Yesterday I'm trying to using scanner function in LX. It's throwing error, ma'am. Runtime exception.
So you are trying to use in Lex itself?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll clear the doubts post lunch, okay? Your batch owner is here. She'll be addressing you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Ashika. Hi, Sonali. Good afternoon.
Hi, Anusha.
Hi.
Okay. If you want, you can go for a lunch break. After addressing them, I will announce the lunch break.
Yeah, sure, Anusha.
Yeah, sure, Anusha. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, all. Hope I'm audible now.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hope my network is fine today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, fine.
Not audible, ma'am.
We are not audible. Audible now.
Well, now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. You are audible. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, here many of them are facing network issue. Even I called CCD also, but still my problem is not resolved. Okay, hope now I am audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, there is a network problem here in campus. Okay, my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Quickly, I will repeat the PPT once again. Or else you can go through this PPT once again. Okay?
Very well.
Not audible, ma'am. Not audible, ma'am. Voice is not audible, ma'am. Voice is not audible, ma'am. Anusha, ma'am, you are not audible.
Guys, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Guys, just wait for 5 minutes. Actually, I got information from educator also. Here, Infi network is not working, so that I will connect through my mobile network. Okay, I will change my network.
Yes, fine.
Okay, till that, please wait. Guys, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Clearly.
Yes, clearly audible.
Ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much. Coming to this slide, hope this slide is clear to everyone, right?
Ma'am, how to update contact number?
Wait. I will show the demo how to apply work from home leave and all. At last, I will take all your doubts. First, please let me present this PPT. Okay. After that, I will take all your doubts. Okay. In this slide, as I told, you have to update your contact details on Sparsh, Infimi, and in Outlook. Okay. And for example, if you get any official mails regarding with respect to you, you have to reply to that mail within 2 working days. Okay. Guys, please respond.
Got it, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Order to change contact details.
No, you can go. Wait. You can go on mute. You can reply me in chat box. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, I feel I'm not audible. Okay.
Okay.
You can respond in chat box. Okay. You can go on mute and give your response in chat box. You have to update your contact details in Sparsh Infimi app And also you can update your contact details in Outlook also. And for example, if you get any official mails with respect to you, you have to respond to that mail within 2 working.
Again, you are not audible, ma'am.
Not audible, ma'am.
Feedback for all these educators and co-educators and for the course. Okay.
Can you please repeat it, ma'am?
Okay. Am I audible, right?
In between, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
Okay. After every course, there will be a feedback enabled for your educator, co-educator and course as well as batch owner. You have to give feedback without fail. Okay. And during session, you have to be on time. Okay, your session will start at 9:15. So you have to be there in session before 5 minutes. Okay. And during session, if you get any doubts, you can discuss with your educators as well as co-educator, or else you can discuss with your colleagues as well. And if educator told you to do some assignments or exercises, anything, you have to complete it on time. Okay. And one more important thing is, please don't share any project artifacts or source code or any pictures, snapshots outside the Infosys network. Okay. Please do not share any official information in WhatsApp or in any personal emails. Please don't do that. It is against company policy. So it will lead to the termination of your employment. Okay. And while sending a mail or during session, you have to talk in English only. Okay. Please don't use any other languages. And your email should be written in a respectful and meaningful language. Okay. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, move on to the next slide then. As I told, your session will start at 9:15 a.m. and morning you will get 15 to 20 minutes of break. And during lunch break will be 60 to 90 minutes. And in the afternoon also you will get 15 to 20 minutes of tea break. Okay. And your session will end at 5:30 or 5:45. It depends on the educators. Okay. And while joining WebEx meeting, you have to join through using your Infosys email ID. And your display name should be like this. Your display name should be like this: employee ID. For example, if you didn't get any employee ID, you can use candidate ID as of now. Once you got your employee ID, you can use employee ID. Okay? Employee ID hyphen your Infosys email without @infosys.com. For example, my email ID is anusha.sj@infosys.com. For my for my display name, I have to use only this name without @infosys.com. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. I will share this document, so no need to worry about that. I will write all the points in Notepad and I will share it with you. Okay? Okay. And during a session, if educator conducts any polls or quizzes, so you have to attend those quizzes and polls. Okay? Without fail. And during session, if you get any issues, you can contact your educator and co-educator. If you face any difficulty in joining the session, you can inform your educator as well as batch owner. Okay? Your based on your WebEx session, attendance will be monitored. Okay? So that I told you to attend your WebEx meeting using your Infosys mail ID, and your display name should be employee ID hyphen your Infosys mail without @infosys.com for display name. Okay? And please do not join using 2 devices. Otherwise, it will be considered as a 2-person. Okay? Actually, we have one tool to mark your attendance. It will generate your WebEx report. Okay? If you join using 2 devices, so it will consider as a 2 different person. Okay? And while giving your username also, please don't make any spelling mistakes for your name. Okay? Okay. Hope this is clear to everyone. Can we move on to the next slide then?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
Ma'am, I have one doubt.
I will take all your doubts at last.
Okay.
First, I will complete, then I will take all your doubts. And hope everyone know how to use Lex, right? No need to explain that one. You have to open Chrome, then open Lex. That's it. And coming to your work.
Ma'am, sorry for interruption. Actually, you told me that we should write after my employee ID. We should write our name, right? The name means Infosys username means what, ma'am? You have given me the name.
Mail ID without @infosys.com. You have to write.
Even the numbers should also be entered.
Okay.
Numbers means what?
Like my name is Raghav.Sharma and 55 is also given in the mail ID of Infosys. So I should write 55 also.
If your mail ID is like Raghu.Sharma55, then you have to enter it as a Raghu.Sharma55.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am, Lex is also there in Infini.
Huh?
Lex is also there in Infini portal.
Lex is also there in Infini. Means what you are asking?
Means is it is compulsory to use Lex by going through the Chrome?
You can use your Lex in Chrome. It's Chrome browser.
Okay.
And in order to access your Infosys applications like Spush, Infini, and Outlook, you have to use iConnect website, or you can connect through Citrix Workspace. Okay? I will share the link. If you want, you can install the Citrix Workspace application, or else you can use this website. Okay?
But right now, ma'am, we are using iRemote.
Okay, no problem.
And when we will get VM?
If you are using Citrix Workspace application, it is also fine, or else you can connect through iConnect. That is also fine. Okay? To access your Infosys applications like Infini, Outlook, Spush. Wait, guys, I will take all your doubts at last. First, please let me to complete this slide. Okay. Coming to your attendance, so daily you have to apply your work from home to me after 6:30 p.m. Okay? For example, if you attended today's session, then today's attendance you have to apply me after 6:30. For example, if you forget to apply today's attendance, no problem. You can apply it tomorrow as well. And coming to your and your timing should be like this. You can apply work from home from 9:15 a.m. to 18:45 p.m. And you have to provide this mail ID, anusha.fj@infosys.com. Okay, I will be your work from home approver. And coming to your leave request, please do not take unnecessary leaves during your training. Okay? And if you want to take leave, first you have to take permission from me. You have to inform me with the genuine reason and valid proof. If I feel it is genuine and valid, then I will give you the permission. Then you can apply your leave, and your leave approver will be nagraj_kumar@infosys.com. Note down this as well. I will paste in chat box. For example, if you take more than 4 days of leave during your training, it will lead to the batch shift. Okay? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please do not take unnecessary. Okay. And coming to this, for example, if you have attended session from morning 9:15 to evening 5:30, 5:45, it will be considered as a full day of work from home. Okay? Full day of attendance. But you have to apply, you are going to attend your session till 5:30 to 5:45, but you have to apply your work from home from 9:15 a.m. to 18:45 p.m. So it will be considered as a full day of attendance. If you have attended more than or equal to 1.5 hours, less than 4 hours, you have attended between these range, then it will be considered as a half day of work from home and half day of leave. Okay? And if you have attended session only for 1.5 hour or not attended at all, then it will be considered as a full day leave. These 3 points are clear to everyone?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay. And one more thing, during assessment also, please don't take unnecessary leaves. Can you move on to the next slide then?
Sure.
Hope my network is working fine now. Okay. You can note down this work from home approver and leave approver. I will drop my email ID as well. Please don't get confused. I will approve only your work from home. But before taking leave also, you have to take permission from me. Okay. And in case of any urgent issue, you can call me on my mobile number between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. in a working days. Working days means? Can anyone tell me?
Monday to
Friday.
Monday to
Friday.
Okay, please note down my mobile number. And please do not message me in WhatsApp, okay? You have to contact me through Outlook. You can send a mail to me if you have any queries.
Last evening I have applied for work from home, but today morning I have received a mail from Infosys that is approver is not authorized to, not authorized to approve work from home request.
I will actually, wait, I will check that later and I will let you know.
Okay, ma'am.
I have also received the same mail.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hope this is clear to everyone, right, regarding leave. And I will show the demo as well, how to apply leave. Anyone knows what is bereavement leave? If any trainee lost his or her grandfather or any relative, then they can take a leave under bereavement leave. Okay? This is the leave type for death-related issues. Relatives means grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, siblings, and father-in-law also considered. Okay?
It is paid leave.
What?
It is paid leave, no?
Yes. And during assessment days, if you take a leave with permission and valid proof, then another chance for the same attempt will be provided. If you take leave without permission or without invalid proof, then another chance will not be provided. Okay? Regarding this point is clear to everyone? You might be shifted to another batch if more leaves are taken. Yes, ma'am. Okay. During generic, you will not get VM, so no need to worry about that. I will show the demo as well. First, I will complete all these slides. Then I will show all the demos like how to raise AHT, how to access FP. Anyone knows about FP slash? See, you can open your Chrome browser in Citrix workspace. Everyone have Citrix iConnect, right? In that you have Chrome browser, not in your personal machine. In Infosys network means inside Citrix or through iConnect, you can open your Chrome browser. In that you can type FP slash. So in FP slash, you can check for your training schedule. Okay? Who will be the educator, who will be the co-educator for the particular course, and you have to give your feedback in FP slash.
Then how to
You can check your assessment dates and all. What happened?
How to access Citrix Workplace?
You can install Citrix Workspace application, or else I have shared one link, right? You can access through this link as well. That is also fine. Okay. In this FP slash, you can check your training and assessment schedule, as well as you can submit the course and educator feedback. You can check your assessment results in FP slash. Okay? Ma'am, by any chance, this is clear to everyone? I will show the demo for this as well. No need to worry. I will show all the demos. Okay? First, I will complete all these two slides. Then I will show the demos one by one. Okay. And if you face any Citrix Workspace application. If you face any issues, then your single point of contact is your batch owner. You have to inform me, okay, if you face any issues or if anything goes wrong. Or else you can inform to your educator as well, okay? And communication must be through emails sent from your Infosys email ID only. You have to use Outlook for that, okay? Please do not send any emails from your personal email ID. You have to use Outlook. You have to send a mail through your Infosys mail ID only. And emails must be written in a professional and respectful language. Okay? And for example, if you face any password issue or any other issues while sending a mail to any other team, please keep me in CC, okay? Am I audible right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And for example, if you send any mail to anyone, please wait for 2 working days to get a reply from them. If still you didn't get any reply, then you can send a reminder mail to them. Then again, you have to wait for 2 working days. Okay? If still it is not resolved, then it will be escalated to next level. You can install your Outlook and Infimi in mobile as well. Keep it handy, okay? For issues related to a particular course, for example, if you faced any issue in a course, you can contact your educator or co-educator. If still it is not resolved in this level, then it will be escalated to batch owner, okay? If still it is not resolved at batch owner level, then it will be escalated to track manager, then FP operations manager. This is only regarding particular course, for issue related to particular course. Hope this is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
For related to other issues, your first point of contact is your batch owner. If it is not resolved at your batch owner level, then it will be escalated to track manager. Then it will be escalated to FP operations manager. Okay. For any urgent matters, you can call your batch owner between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on working days. See, for simple issues, you can mail me. Okay.
Ma'am, could we get this PDF?
No.
Okay.
We can't send this PPT. But I will write down all the points in Notepad and I will share it in a mail.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. You can note down this batch owner, batch admin, track manager, mail IDs and mail IDs. This is my mail ID and phone number, and your batch admin is Manoj. So note down this mail ID, and track manager will be Prachi Gupta, and FP operation manager Komal Papreja and Jambunathan Ishwaran, and loan approval email ID will be Jambunathan Ishwaran. So note down this mail IDs. Hope everyone noted it.
Well, who is the track manager?
Prachi_Gupta@infosys.com.
When we will have to reach out?
No. Only as I told, na. For other issues, you will reach out to me. Okay. If still not resolved, then it will be escalated to track manager level. Okay.
Once display that one. Once display that batch one page.
Okay.
Well, we can take this screenshot of it.
I will give the mail IDs like regarding salary issues, whom should you have to contact, and Lex issues. I will give all the mail IDs of Citrix issues and all. Okay. For once it's complete, I will share all the email IDs in chat box.
Nisha, what is this loan approval is meant for?
For example, if you want to apply for a loan, then he will be the approver. This is the mail ID. Hope everyone noted it.
Internet.
Can we move on to the demos then?
Yeah.
First, I will start with work from home. Before that, I will share some email IDs. Guys, if you face any issues related to your Citrix workspace, then
we are unable to access Outlook in mobile, ma'am.
What? You can install your Outlook and Infimi in mobile as well.
Yes, ma'am. Infimi it is available, ma'am. Outlook is not unable to access, ma'am.
Okay. Before that, you have to install one application. I will let you know.
Ma'am, iRemote application is not working, ma'am.
Which one? Yes. iRemote?
Yes, ma'am, iRemote, ma'am.
Okay, wait. Guys, if you face any issues related to Citrix, you can reach out to this mail. Okay? While sending the mail, you have to provide your email ID, error description. If required, you can attach the error snapshot as well. And while sending any mail, please keep me in CC. Okay, for example, if you are sending mail to Citrix supporting, please keep me in CC. Okay? And while sending mail, you have to provide your employee ID, error description. If required, you can attach the error snapshot as well. Okay? This email ID is related to Citrix issue. And coming to VM, I think you will not get VMs during your generic training. So in personal machine, you can install all the software by referring this video course. I will share this video course link. In this, they have given how to install all the software and all. You can go through this video course. Okay?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
In the Launchpad, I have a lot of doubts with them, ma'am. In the BOP.
Okay, wait, I will take all your doubts at last. And coming to your Lex issue, if you face any issue related Lex, then you can reach out to this email ID. Okay? Yeah. To install Outlook in mobile, you need another support apps as well, like company portal. Exactly. First, you have to install company portal, then you are able to access your Outlook. Yeah. Thanks. Wait. Thanks, Dheeraj, for information. Okay. And coming to for queries regarding your e-docket or any documentation related issues, you can reach out to these email IDs. Or this email ID is related to your document issues, okay? And related to Launchpad issue, so you can reach out to this email ID. Okay? Everyone, please note down these email IDs. I have already pasted in chat.
Okay, ma'am.
Hope this is clear to everyone, right? How to send mail.
Yes,
While
ma'am.
sending a mail, please keep me in CC. Okay? Okay, now we move on to the demos then. Now can anyone share your, wait, before that I will let you know how to raise AHD. Guys, in your Citrix browser or in your iRemote, so you can open your Chrome browser, then type AHD / Okay, wait guys, I have to connect VPN. Or anyone is using Citrix Workspace, can please share your screen. I will stop share now. Yeah, can anyone share your screen and open Citrix Workspace, Chrome, then Chrome browser. Guys, either you can install Citrix Workspace application or you can use this iConnect website. Anything is fine.
In my laptop, antivirus is expired, ma'am, but in that Chrome, we do not connect that iRemote, ma'am. I opened that in incognito, ma'am. It is okay, ma'am.
Yeah, it's okay. If you are opening it in incognito mode, it is okay, no problem. See, you have to connect like this. Who is sharing the screen? James. Application. Yeah, please share your screen. Okay. You have to enter your username, then password, your INSEE password. Username remove.
Ma'am, if you use iConnect, then no need to use Citrix, no?
No. If you are using iConnect, then no need to install Citrix application. If you want, you can install Citrix application.
Ma'am, which one is better to use? Means which one is fast and handy to use?
Citrix Workspace application you can install.
Okay.
Anyone is already opened your Citrix? You can share your screen. If it is already ready, you can share your screen. And open your Chrome browser. Anyone is sharing screen? Okay, Ashish.
Ma'am, and please also tell us the procedure to apply for a laptop, company laptop.
And one more important thing, guys. For every course, there will be a quizzes, exercises, and self-assessment is there, right? So you have to attend without fail quizzes and self-assessments, okay? Because your Lex usage data is going to monitored daily. On basis of daily, we are going to monitor your Lex usage. It is compulsory. Wait. It is compulsory to attend self-assessment. At every course, at last, there will be a self-assessment is there. It is there will be objective questions are there. You have to attend that self-assessment. After completing the course, you can attend that self-assessment, okay? After complete, for example, as of now, you are going through programming using Java, right? After completing this course, at last we have self-assessment. So you have to attend that self-assessment without fail. If you fail in that self-assessment, then no need to worry about that. After 24 hours, you can take it again. Okay? It will be enabled after 24 hours.
That self-assessment will be in Lex portal.
Yeah, in Lex portal only. In Lex portal, you will open course, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will share my screen and I will show you. Who is sharing screen? Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, does Citrix need a VPN?
Danish, minimize this Citrix window and scroll it down in in content, not here, in content. Scroll it down. Scroll it down. Can you all see self-assessment at last?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to take this self-assessment after completing the course. Once your course is finished, right? Today is day 2. So it will be for 4 days of course, right? After finishing this programming using Java course, at last there is a self-assessment. It is mandatory to attend this self-assessment, and also for your practice you have to attend exercises, quizzes, tryouts and all, because your Lex data is going to monitor. Okay. If you fail to score more than 60 or 65%, then no problem. You can take this self-assessment after 24 hours. For example, if you attended today at 4 p.m., then you can again take this assessment tomorrow 4 p.m. Okay? After 24 hours, it will be enabled again. Okay?
Okay. And will it be final assessment?
What?
Will it be final assessment?
No. This is not a final assessment.
Will it be only for practice?
This self-assessment is for your practice, but it is also mandatory to attend this self-assessment.
Okay.
Every day I'm going to monitor your data and all. I will monitor who all are taking self-assessment and all. Okay? It is mandatory to attend self-assessment for every course. Okay?
After 4 days, we have to attend, because after 4 days, course will be completed.
After completion of this course, you have to take this self-assessment, because questions are based on all the topics, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So before that, you can't take. After completing this course, you can take the self-assessment.
Okay. And ma'am, what about the practice of hands-on?
If you are already familiar with the topics, if you want, you can take the self-assessment as well.
Okay. And ma'am, for hands-on?
What?
And what about where we have to practice for hands-on?
Hands-on. In Eclipse, you can practice your coding. There is a tryout also there in Lex. If you want, you can do tryouts. And in Eclipse, you can install your Eclipse. I have shared one video course link, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You can
How to install Eclipse?
Video course. You can go through that video course. In that, they have mentioned how to install Eclipse, how to install SQL and all. So by going through that video course, you can install all the softwares in your personal machine. Okay?
Ma'am, have you shared that link, ma'am?
Okay, I will share it once again. Please, can anyone share screen open Citrix workspace? Danish, you can share your screen and open Citrix workspace. Then open Chrome browser. Okay. See guys, in your Citrix or in your iConnect only, through this app, you are able to access your Infini Outlook in your laptop. Okay, as well as Push, WebEx. You are able to access your Infosys application using through this Citrix or iConnect. You can use any one of them. Now open Google Chrome. How to access Push means you can connect through Citrix, then you can click on Push. That's it. Click on Google Chrome. Regarding internet reimbursement, I will share the steps as well. I will share the steps. No need to worry about it.
Ma'am, is it okay to use iRemote?
I will show the demo. Wait. First, I will let you know how to raise AST request. Anyone is already opened the Chrome browser in your Citrix workspace? Please.
That's my issue for every time in Citrix.
But it will be easier. Okay, thank you. We are sharing Rishikesh. Guys, as I told, you have to access your Chrome browser through your Citrix workspace or through iConnect.